Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. Kylie and Zori here.
Hello, hello.
So today we thought we would talk about something that I think everyone thinks about at some point, but it's the paradox of you're always winning but losing at something. So basically, if we break that down, I didn't watch the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Me either.
Did you?
I
feel
tried
like
to
if
start
we would have watched it, it would have
I'm actually
helped add to it.
I was recommended it. When did that come out? 3 or 4 years ago?
A couple years ago.
I was recommended it so many times, and I was actually interested in watching it. I've tried to start it twice, and for whatever reason, the very beginning of the movie, I'm like, this is not the vibe right now.
Really? Just the vibe right now.
I don't think the movie's bad, but the energy in the beginning, it just does not suck me in. So I know it's gonna be good though, but every time I've tried to start it, maybe I need to watch it with somebody, and that'll be better.
Yeah,
because both times I've tried to start it, I was alone. But yeah, that would definitely help. That knowledge.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it because I wrote in a little spark note, Everything Everywhere All at Once or whatever, and I was like, oh wait, it's the movie. Okay. But besides either of us seeing the movie, the point is basically you can't be winning at everything in life at the same time, and you're always going to feel a sense of maybe I don't know if nostalgia is the right word, but missing out. So for example, if you're with your family, you're missing, maybe you're not working as much because you're visiting family, so you're focused on that. So maybe you're taking a hit of a paycheck, or maybe you're missing vacation, or maybe you're missing your friends. And then you flip that around. If you're a workaholic and you're so focused on money and you're doing great at your career, you're winning at that, but maybe you're taking a hit on not seeing your family or friends as much, or maybe you don't ever take vacations or time for yourself, and maybe your self-care is lacking. And so the point is, you can't win at everything. You're always going to lose at something, but in our brains it's so very hard for us to we think that we can do everything and balance everything, but it's never going to be like that. So you always feel a sense of maybe sadness or whatever. Just another good example is maybe your wedding day, you think that's going to be the greatest day. You'll have all your friends, all your family, your lover, everybody's there. But probably when it comes down to it, balancing that must be insane. Because you're trying to make your friends happy, then your family happy, then your husband happy. And it's oh my God.
I actually think about this all the time with birthday parties, where I'm birthday parties are low-key birthday parties and weddings, because they're all about you, or all about one person, right? So being an attendee at either one of those events is awkward, because you're all there because you all know that one person and want to support that one person on their birthday or their marriage or whatever. But it's awkward for you because that one person knows everybody, but you know nobody but that one person. So it's awkward. Obviously you can talk to people,
right.
I'm
Obviously,
personable. You
might
can be
know someone,
how do you know so and so? And you start talking to people, but the real reason you're there, that person never really gets to talk to you because they're in the event. They're
it's
the
very
main
weird.
Picture of the event.
Is very
so
weird.
It's and I always think about that would probably stress me out a lot too. My mom always tells a story of when I was 3 years old, she gave me a birthday party. And she always laughs about it because she was you got so overstimulated. Of people being in your space, and maybe that's some only child shit, but my mom was because I loved having friends over and stuff, but I was Mom, they're jumping on my bed. And I remember there was one birthday party where I tried to get everybody to watch Scooby-Doo. Yeah. And nobody was paying attention. I was so triggered by that because I was guys, this movie's so good. I need you guys to pay attention.
It is overstimulating.
But, yeah, I think
especially as a child.
Those events where it's one person is the main focus and everybody else you don't know, or I can only, it's hard for the people attending, but it's also hard for the person because it's I now have to weirdly mix my friend groups of oh, I know you guys from theater, and then I know you guys, which can be fun, and usually there's a point in the night where it begins to be fun, but in the beginning it's always okay, well, this is the person I know from college, and then this is the person I know from here, and then you have 5 other people, and then you have family as well. Yeah. So then it's
and then you're also it's my wedding, so I have to pay attention to my husband. And it's our wedding.
And when you're in a wedding is almost it's almost like a play.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like a musical, right? Like, you're an actor in it. Like, you're literally, like, the main character.
Yeah.
So it's, like, it just feels so, unless it's, like, super small, it feels almost like you can't really... Unless you just forget about everybody else, which honestly is a vibe.
Yeah.
Like,
and then as a guest, though, like, if you're, like, the best friend, that day you, like, don't feel like the best friend. Because it's very, like...
Exactly, because it's really just not... Unless you're in or a part of the wedding, like, as a bridesmaid or something. But, like, if they're not doing that, then it's, like... It's just weird because you don't really get to talk to the person that you're there for.
That you're there for, right.
Like, it's just so weird. But that's a really good example of, like, how weird it is to, like, balance everything.
Yeah.
Like,
and how you think that that's what you want, like, right?
Yeah, it sounds like in your brain you're like, I would love this.
Yeah.
Here's all the people I would want there. But then you realize you have to, like, talk to all of those people.
Right. Or just, like, in life, you're like, oh, I really wish my friends and I could just all live in the same town forever. Or... I wish we could all buy a huge plot of land and all my friends could come and live there.
Yeah.
Or, like, when you go on vacation and you're like, oh, I wish all of my friends could be here. Like, all the people I love in one spot.
Yeah.
But it would probably make it, like, super hard if you were
in
able to have
some way.
everyone you love.
In one area, it would just
town,
probably be,
the
like,
whole
a
time.
lot.
Yeah.
It would be a lot. It would also probably be really great in so many ways, but there would be so many things that it's just, like... This is overwhelming. But this, you were telling me this the other day, and it was reminding me about how I... like, was giving my mom a whole spiel about, like, I have a conspiracy theory. I have no other way to explain that other than calling it a conspiracy theory, but it's not that deep. But I have, like, this theory that you really can never be ahead.
Oh, yeah.
And it goes in with, like, everything that you were saying of, like, if you do, and I realized this once when I was, like, trying to get ahead on assignments for school, and it wasn't even, like, for grad school. Like, this was, like, forever ago. And, like, say you have, like, for example, like, I have... right now in a couple of my classes I have like an article to read and then some questions to answer from the article, and it's due every Friday. Like every week we get a new one, and then it's the same thing, but they're all uploaded ahead of time, so it's kind of easy to get ahead on them, right? Ahead in quotes.
Yeah.
Because you can get ahead, and like you hear people are like, oh, I got ahead on this, but you were never really ahead because you still had to take the same time to do the thing. So you can displace the time that you like have done it. So now it's like, if I know I'm really busy in a certain week, I can do 2 of those assignments ahead of time, and then I don't have to worry about that assignment during that week. But I am taking time from something else to get ahead on these assignments in the first place.
Right.
And then so I have to later catch up on the thing that I wasn't doing instead of doing the assignment. And it's like, maybe I have time for that. And so maybe it works out and I feel good about it, right? Like, I'm like, okay, I know next week I have 3 exams, so let me make sure I get the little worksheet out of the way so I don't have to worry about that. And it does work out that way. Yeah. But am I really ahead? No. I optimize my time, I would say, but you're never really ahead. Even if you were to, like, say I started off the trimester and I start the whole thing and I get all of them done in that first week of the trimester, it's like, yeah, I'm ahead, but to get all of those done so quickly, I'm now a little bit behind on all the studying I would have done for those classes right away. So it's like, you're always, no matter what you think you're, like, ahead on, you're not ahead. And it was kind of eye-opening, too. I was having a conversation with people who are my age in my program right now, because most people are a little bit younger. I mean, it's a huge range of ages. It's grad school, so, like, we have people in their 40s. We have people that are, like, fresh out of undergrad that went straight from high school to college to this. Yep. And then you have people that are all in between. So it's a range of ages, but, like, overall it's pretty much younger people. And we were talking about it, and I was like, you know, sometimes I feel like behind, because there's people that, like, graduate chiropractic school at, like, say you graduate high school at 18, right? Yeah. And then you do a 4-year college. It's 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 years old. And then the 3-year chiropractic program, they'll take you, what, 22, 23, 24, 25? You could be a doctor at the age of 25.
Which, that stresses me out.
And I'm 25. I mean, age really has nothing to do with it. That's somebody who literally is spending, like, they did not even take any time off at all. Yeah. So it's like all that stuff's fresh in their brain. So it's like they're still as qualified as I would be. It's weird sounding, right? Yeah. To have a 25-year-old, like, doctor. But, like, you could do it. Yeah. Like, if you are literally going straight from one thing to the next. In fact, they said the youngest person to graduate from the program was 17. Yeah. It was a 17-year-old girl. It was, like, forever ago. But
does that mean she started college at, like...
There's people who start college, like, really early. Wow. It's very, very rare. But those, like, weird, like
really
prodigy kids that, like, their parents put them in, like, an online whatever, and then they finish high school at the age of 16 and then start, like, you can, whatever.
That's insane.
So I'm like, I just don't even know how that would, or maybe it was, like, the age that she entered the program. Yeah, maybe she entered the program at 17. Still, that's, like, crazy.
Entering your doctorates, right? Or whatever.
But long story short, my point is, like, sometimes I'll be, like, I feel, like, a little bit behind because I'm like, damn, I could have been done with this program at my age already. Like, technically, if I did everything, like, on time, quote unquote, I could have been done with this program already, starting my life. But then what wouldn't I have, right? Which is your point of, like, you can't have it all.
Yeah.
And I look at the people that are theoretically on that track to be 25 and graduating this program. And I'm not saying that they're going to be failures or anything, but you look, and they are very different, like, than me.
Yeah.
And I was telling you about those people. And even those other... Like, all the two other people that are my age that I was talking to, they're completely different from me as well. But we all have one thing in common, is that we're pretty self-assured on who we are as people. Like, we're always learning and growing. Obviously, I'm not saying that we just know everything. But, like, we found ourselves and now we're here and we know why we want to be here. Whereas, like, the people that are coming straight from high school, went straight to college. And then, mind you, I started the summer trimester.
Yeah.
So, the people that went straight from college to my program that started with me took no time off. Yeah. They literally graduated in the spring from their program, from their undergraduate program, because, you know, normal college is like you have a fall semester and then you have this spring semester, and then in between you have summer and winter, like whatever. Whereas my program is like summer, fall, spring, or summer, fall, winter, spring. It's like three sections of the year. So that means they graduated in the spring and literally, like, probably had a couple, like, a month maybe, because usually those graduations happen in, like, May, June.
Yeah.
And then we started in July, so they probably had, like, a couple of weeks to uproot their entire life and move to a different state.
Yeah.
Which is insane to me, because I took a year off after grad school.
Yeah.
And after undergrad. And before that, I had time off in between doing, like, online classes at a community college. And before that, I just worked my ass off for 2 years trying to, like, save any money I had.
Right.
And so, like, I feel like I just took so much time in between, and it wasn't necessarily on purpose. Yeah. It was just kind of how it worked out for me. But I'm thinking that benefited me in so many ways, because a lot of people are probably going to graduate this program and realize it's not what they wanted to do, or graduate this program and really just not have a personality. That's why we talk about, like, a lot of times, like, MDs don't have personality.
Yeah.
Like, they're, like, might be the smartest person that you've ever met, but they don't know how to have a regular conversation because they spent their entire, like, thing in books. And that's not every MD, okay? Yeah. You can spend a lot of time in school and also prioritize your life. Like, it is not a requirement to get 100% on every exam ever, which leaves time for, like, going out on the weekends and stuff. Like,
having a social life.
Like, I know so many people that have a social life and get really great grades, like, and they are going to be good doctors because they can talk to people and they have their own interests and personality. And I know a lot of people that sit in their room and study and don't, like, honestly couldn't even tell you anything about why they even want to be where they are right now. Yeah. So is that a bad thing? Not necessarily, because I'm sure so many people are going to find themselves through this program. But it's just so funny to me because, like, for a long time I just felt so behind, and now I'm realizing I might actually have done exactly what I needed to do. Yeah. Because those people, my point is, you can't have it all, right? Because those people are going to graduate and feel behind in a different way. Of, like, well, now who am I? Right. Like, I have my degree, I have this career, they may even get a job and be happy, but then it's like, well, who am I, though, outside of this program of school? Right. Whereas I've lived so much life outside of a school program that I'm like, I already know. Like, what I'm doing in this, like, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't feel, and those are valuable skills to have, because at the end of the day, you're going to be working with a bunch of people that are living their life outside of a school program. Right. So you can't just be in this box. So I feel like that's a really great example of, like, you can't have it all. Yeah. But it made me feel better too, because I was just like, you know, at the end of the day, it's displacing time. Like I said, rather than actually being ahead, you're displacing time. So that works. So it's like, I already did the, like, finding myself thing. Right. And I was doing that while I wasn't in school, and now I'm in school a little bit later because of that. a lot of these people never did the find yourself thing, and now they're in school, and they're probably going to have to do a lot of that soul searching after.
Later in life,
and then they might not be the doctor that they, like, the best doctor they're going to be until they do that. And so that might be once they're my age, or once they're, like, a little bit even older than that.
Yeah.
And then, so no matter what, there's something that you're giving up.
So it's the same thing as, like, if you have kids young, right?
Yes.
You start a whole family young, and then you find yourself later on in life, you know? It's just about everyone's different.
My mom says all the time, because she had me when she was 17, and she's always like, I know it's, like, not supposed to be a good thing, but I'm so glad I had you when I did.
Some people, yes.
Because I'm tired. And also, like, I couldn't just picture still having, like, a little baby right now, and a lot of my friends are having babies right now, and it's just, like, such a weird thing, where she's like, I would have rather, maybe not 17, but, like, maybe even, like, 20 or 21. She's like, I'm glad I had you then, because I just was able to, also, there's, like, is perks to having a mom that's, like, pretty close in age to you, like, I've heard that from other people, too, that, like, just having a mom that's kind of closer in your age, you just grow up a little bit different. You do. Yeah. Just, like, a little bit different. Not that it's bad to have, like, the other way, but it's just different.
It's different.
But because of that, she missed out on a lot of, like, young socializing. But now she kind of gets to be a free bird later in life. So it's like,
it all depends.
It all depends on what's going to work out best for you. So you need to, like, find that and then optimize your time to fit whatever your goals are at the end of the day.
It's the same thing as if you decide to have kids later on in life.
Yeah.
And you decide to, like, do all your fun stuff in your 20s and your, like, low 30s.
Yeah.
And you prioritize, like, your friendships, your experiences, traveling, like, you know.
Because there's pros and cons to both, like, genuinely. Like, that's
You're
why I was
always going to have...
That's why I was like, I'm not shitting on these people that I'm talking about, but I'm just putting it in perspective for myself, because definitely it felt like I just kind of was like, ugh. Like, I should have been done with this. Yeah. Like, watching, when I was looking up people, and people were like, yeah, I just graduated chiropractic school, and I'm 25, and I'm like... I'm 25 in a year, and I'm just starting.
But like, it's just, like, where
you're at. And another example, so one of
time.
the people that I met there, she is, she's, like, I think 44. She's an icon. She has both sides of her head shaved. Like, immediately I saw her and I was like, oh, she's alternative.
Oh, yeah, you told me
like,
that.
She's so fucking cool. And she had her kids really young. And not, like, teenage young, but, like, early 20s young.
And that still could have reversed what?
So she's always wanted to go into chiropractic. That was her story that she was telling us. She's like, I always knew I wanted to do this. I started it when I had my kids and they were young, and realized how hard it was going to be with these little kids, and had to, like, not. And then I did massage therapy, worked under a chiropractor for so long with a chiropractor alongside, and just knew, like, when I got to a point in my life where I was going to come back to this, and she did. And there was something so admirable about that to me. I'm like, you made a promise to yourself 20 years ago, and here you are, like, doing it.
That's good.
Like, that's crazy to me that she was like, oh, I'll do this after my kids grow up. And they, like fully grew up, and she is here and doing it now. And she already, like, is going to have a client base because they all love her from her massages. Yeah. And she worked under a chiropractor, so they all are already going to know her. So it's like, it still ended up working out. She just displaced the time differently, but she still did it. Instead of being like, I'm too old now, or like,
there's never,
whatever. There's no, it's literally.
You're never too old.
Never.
They do say that.
You're never too old. You're really never too young, to be honest. Maybe for, like, a couple things. But, like, for, like, goals-wise, like, I don't know. I think it's so interesting. So, for people that feel like, the good news here, right? This is what I was telling, like, my mom. The good news here is if you can never really be ahead, you can never really be behind either.
Yeah,
which is, like, what most people feel. Like, nobody's
Even
ever...
Though you feel... The feeling of feeling behind is what everyone feels all the time. I feel
that's why I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, if you were listening to me just talk and, like, ramble about this for the last 20 minutes, and you're thinking, like, oh, yeah, I get that. Like, yeah, you really can't be ahead, right? Yeah. You just are displacing the time. Then there should be nothing in your brain that is now allowing you to believe that you're behind then. Yeah. Like, it is never too late. It is actually so inspiring to me to see so many people of different ages in my program, and, like, people that were, like, We have a guy that was a personal trainer for so long and then fell into chiropractic. We had a girl that was an accountant, making like good money, was completely unhappy, fell into wellness, realized she was in love with it, quit like a great job, and came to Iowa with $2,000 in a vision and hoping to follow this dream of becoming a chiropractor. Like, it's crazy to me. So it's like, it's really never too late. You just have to want it and find out how to make it happen for yourself, but you totally can. Like, I feel like so many people just believe that they're behind, and it's like, I have to bring up Sylvia Plath. I have to bring up Sylvia Plath. I talked about this in one of my ASMR videos, because she has this, like, in the book, she has a book, I think one book, it's fiction, it's called The Bell Jar, if you've never heard of it. And in this book, the main character, which essentially is Sylvia Plath, but, like, the main character is having this, like, allegory of, there's this, like, it's called the fig tree allegory. It's basically just like a story that's supposed to mean something else. And essentially it's herself. She's picturing herself under... Should I get it and read it? Or is that... It's not long.
Oh, yeah. I was like, where are you pulling it from?
No, I'm like, it's phone. Literally, you can just look it up. Like, it's so... But I'm going to read it to you guys so you guys have context. And hopefully it doesn't... I don't think it'll take too much time.
Perfect.
But I want you guys to hear it because I feel like it's so important.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard of this book either, so...
Yeah, The Bell Jar is, like, a pretty popular, like, coming of age, whatever. You can look up The Bell Jar on your own time, but Sylvia Plath was, like, really depressed. She ended up, I think it was, like, not too long after this book came out, she killed herself. But she was an amazing poet. Like... Yeah. Amazing poet. But this was her one book that came out, and then in this book, there's, like, a chunk of text that is known as the fig tree allegory, and this is what it is. So it reads, I saw my life branching out before me like the green fig in the story. From the tip of every branch, like a fat purple fig, a wonderful future beckoned and winked. One fig was a husband and a happy home and children, and another fig was a famous poet, and another fig was a brilliant professor, and another fig was E.G., the amazing editor, and another fig was Europe and Africa and South America, and another fig was Constantine and Socrates and Attila and a pack of other lovers with queer names and offbeat professions, and another fig was an Olympic lady crew champion, and beyond and above these figs were many more figs I couldn't quite make out. I saw myself sitting in the crotch of this fig tree, starving to death, just because I couldn't make up my mind of which of the figs to choose. I wanted each and every one of them, but choosing one meant losing all the rest. And as I sat there, unable to decide, the figs began to wrinkle and go black. One by one, they plopped to the ground at my feet.
Wow, that was good.
Isn't it?
That's
so
exactly what
good?
we're talking about.
That's exactly what we're talking about. And the whole thing is, like, I did, in my ASMR video, I had said, like, the whole point of this allegory is, like, she's talking, it's so easy to be, like, if we're talking about, like, fight, flight, or freeze, like, this is freeze. Yeah. This is, like, I don't know what to do.
I'm so overwhelmed by
I'm so overwhelmed by everything that I could do and everything that I could be and everything that I'm scared to, like, try, that you're not doing any of it.
Yeah.
And I feel like just pick the fucking fig. Because if you bite it and it tastes like shit, you can drop it on the ground and pick a different one up. But if you wait until all of them start rotting and falling, you're 80 years old and you're like, I wish I did this and I wish I did that and I wish I did that. So the whole thing is just to eat the fucking fig. If you want one, eat one. Like, don't sit on your ass. The only thing that's really going to make you feel behind is if you just sit your whole life saying, like, I feel behind, I feel behind, I feel behind. Yeah. All the time you're spending feeling behind, you could have done one of the 10 million things we all want to do. Or if you're somebody that is, like, so focused on one thing, you could have just focused on that one thing. But I know you and me are, like, both people that are, like, we like all of these different things. So it's, like, spend a year here, spend a year there, and don't question it too hard. Question it enough to keep yourself safe, but don't question it to a point where you just don't do anything. Because then you sit there and, like, you know, you get older and then you're just like, I don't know where all the time went. Because the time's moving. I feel like the only way you really lose out is if you're not doing anything with it. Right. Even if you regret something, like I said, if you were to, like, pick up one of these figs and bite into it and it tastes like shit, you at least picked one up.
Right.
And now you know you don't want that one, and now you still have time to go pick up another one. But if you just look at them all and you're trying to wait and, like, analyze each one from the outside to see which one's the most perfect fig to pick, and then they all rot, you never even got to have one.
Right.
You never even got to, like, experience that.
It's all subjective to what you want to do and what you like, and not what anyone else thinks you should be doing, because that's all perspective. So other people might be looking at you like, oh, like, you, like, I moved out at this age, right? But then you're staying at home.
Yeah.
But then the person who moved out might have no money because they're spending it all in rent. And the person that stays at home might have a ton of money racked up.
Exactly.
Because that's what they want to do.
Yeah.
And then that's all perspective and subjective.
It really, really is. You get something from every experience as long as you go into it or even come out of it with a growth mindset instead of being like, I wasted all my time. Like, that, it guts me. Anytime I hear somebody say that they, like, I understand feeling it, but anytime I hear somebody say that they did something, like, whether it be went to school for something, took a class, dated somebody and broke up, and they say, I wasted all that time. Yeah. I'm like, if you learned nothing, then yes.
Yeah.
But what did you learn?
But you should always learn something.
You should always learn something. Not everybody always does that. Some people say, I wasted all that time in that relationship. And then you see them a month later with somebody just like the person that they just broke up with. And it's like, yeah, your time is being wasted.
Right.
So it's like, if you can be reflective and go in and be like, what did I get from that? Like, I have this mindset of like I went into, like, my undergrad college thinking, I don't know if I can afford this whole thing. But if I can at least afford half of it,
right,
I've done something, and I can, at least I have some college under my belt, and maybe I can go to one that's cheaper, or, like, figure out if I even want to continue, or whatever, but, like, I'm just gonna do it, because I didn't know what was gonna come out of it, but I was like, I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah.
And now I'm here. But if you just, like, bite it off and do it, you would be so surprised all the things that you can learn about yourself, learn about what you don't. Learning what you don't want to do is just as valuable as learning what you do want to do.
Yeah.
Learning the type of person you don't want to date is just as important as trying to figure out who you want to date. Like,
yeah.
It's all, like, in perspective. So I feel like trying to, like, analyze all these situations from the outside and trying to picture, if I go to this school, and if I go to law school here, and if I graduate, and if I fall in love with somebody here, it's like, you will never know unless you actually do it. You can sit and imagine these things a million times over, but you're never going to know unless you actually take the shot. And so you just have to figure out which one you want to take first, or which one you want to take the most, and then do that. Do you want a fig that's more purple? Do you want a fig that is bigger? Do you want a fig that is smaller? Do you want one that's more green? And then pick that, and then you might realize, yeah, all the green ones kind of taste like shit.
Right.
So I'm going to go for the purple ones now.
Yeah.
All the small ones taste really good. I may actually go for the smaller figs now, and you start picking more of those, and all of a sudden your life is filled with all these things that you really wanted because you were able to, like, actually figure it out. But you're never going to figure it out just looking.
Yeah.
Just looking and trying to, like, guess.
And it's not going to be the same for everyone. So
no,
what you
exactly.
think in your brain is an accomplishment. Like, maybe I think that traveling to a bunch of countries and getting experiences, meeting new people, maybe that's my, like, definition of success. And then there's the people who are super career-oriented. That's their definition of success. And then family-oriented. Like,
that's their
definition. Different.
That's my thing of, like,
It can't all be the same.
It can't all be the same. And I feel
can't
like
expect anyone.
I realize that.
Like,
I feel like a lot of people think that everybody, one thing is something that's going to make everybody happy. Like, I hear all the time, like, well, if women were just having babies more, if, like, whatever, they would be happy. They would be fulfilled. And I'm like, there's so many that would, but there's so many that wouldn't. And, like, there's so many things that could take away from you.
And this comes with the issue with parents and children. It's whatever parents define as their own success or what they expect of the kids. But it's like,
it's not the same. That's why you have to realize, if you're going to be a parent, if you're listening to this and you ever want to be a parent, you have to realize you are not raising a little you. And if you go into parenthood thinking that, you have to throw that out of the window. Otherwise, you're automatically setting yourself up for failure and a kid that does not like you. You have to realize you are bringing a person into this world that is their own person. And your job as a parent is to help them discover who they are and give them a safe space to discover who they are.
Right.
But you can't just get mad at them for liking things that you don't, or spending time on things that you think are a waste of time, because they are not you and you don't know. So like, it's like there's always like a trope in movies of like the son that wants to play guitar and like the business dad that's like, that's a waste of time. You should just do school. But it's like, if you actually allow this kid to figure out, like, they might actually become something big. Or even like, I love the parents too that do a balance where they're like, at least just do like, maybe not a 4-year college, or maybe a 4-year college sometimes, but they're like, at least just take a couple classes so you can explore that avenue as well and not put all your eggs in one basket. But I will also allow you to do this, and I also want you to look into that just so you can make sure they're well-rounded. But that's my point of like, your job as a parent is to help them be well-rounded enough to make that decision, to be able to look at the figs and like see which one that they might want. But yeah, I don't know. That's why I'm coming in, like, I'm somebody who comes, like, my mom went to college, I went to college, and I say to this day, if anybody ever asks me, I'm like, college is not necessary. It is not necessary. For some it is, and for some it isn't. Things, and there's so many people that will graduate college and never use their degree, but I still think that it shaped them. And like there's so many things about college itself that have nothing to do with the classes that I took that taught me so much about life. So I never think that college itself is a waste of time, but I don't think it's necessary. I'm not going to say every single person. It's also like a huge fucking privilege.
Yeah.
So it's like not everybody has access to it, and you can learn those lessons outside of college. College is just a safe place to kind of learn a lot of those lessons if you have access to it. But there's so many other things that you can fucking do. Yeah. There's so many avenues in life that if you want to pursue, college is going to waste your fucking time. So it's like, I just don't, I'm coming from a place where I'm just like, you have to just figure out what's right for you. And if you're in a place where you're super unaware, it's smart to kind of have a foundation, maybe in 1 or like 2 or 3 places, so that you can kind of fall back on something else. But even if you don't, like, you're gonna be okay. Like, you are literally gonna be okay. The only situation in which you probably won't be okay is if you just sit at the crotch of the fig tree and you let all the figs rot on top of you.
Yeah,
like,
you're just like watching them rot.
It's so depressing. Like, every time I read that, I'm like, jeez, just pick up a fucking fig. Like, and that's it.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure, but it doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be.
If you're not so career oriented, or
don't force yourself. Don't force yourself.
Like, nobody even really knows like what we're doing here.
No,
like,
it's
on this
all
planet.
just like learning.
You kind of just do whatever you want. Honestly, if you learn about yourself and you learn the way of life and you become a better person, that is enough. You know what I mean?
If you take everything as an experience that you can learn from, that is enough.
We just have so much pressure for like this like career, this like lots of money, big house, shiny car. Like,
it's just,
it doesn't have to all be like that.
And I've heard too many stories of people being even just happy in their career, like completely happy in their career, and doing it for like 10 plus years and finding something that makes them happier and quitting that and doing it. And so they don't even regret the career because they were happy in it. But there's just so many, like, this is such a short but long life that you have so much time to figure things out if you just start. But if you just sit and say, like, I don't know what to do, I can't figure things out your whole life, 80 years are going to pass you by, and you're going to realize, like, wow, life just happened to me. Yeah. Because life is still moving around you. Like, you don't want to get to a point where you're like, how did I get here? You want to be like, I know how I got here. I made some mistakes. I tried some new things. I made some friends. I moved around. And then I ended up here. And if you're happy, you could be happy with it or you could be upset with it, but you should be aware of how you got to a place. I've met like a good handful of people that I'm just like, are letting life happen to them.
It's so sad.
And it's crazy.
Because you just, I don't know. The biggest takeaway is like, experience life. Like, have so much fun with it and
stop worrying about what you're supposed to do. Yeah. Stop worrying about
the
being
focus
behind.
And the pressure on that is so
like take so oh my god, I have something else to read to you, because it was one of the chiros I follow posted this today, and I was like this is like, I couldn't put it into words, but this is like how I feel about things. Let me see if I know I saved it on Instagram. Make sure nothing plays out loud.
The Book of Life.
Okay, so it says, my competitive advantage is that I'm having more fucking fun than you. Not because I don't care, because I care so deeply that I refuse to make it fucking miserable.
Wow.
I build things I want to return to, not escape from. And I stopped romanticizing my suffering like I was some kind of war hero and started romanticizing the kind of work I go to bed excited to wake up and continue. Turns out enjoying your life makes it easier to keep showing up. You can grind until you hate the work. I'm going to enjoy the work until I win.
Oh, I love that.
Which made me feel...
Can you send that to me? Is that
yes, I will. I
need to be reminded of that.
I told you, I think I talked to you about, like, how a lot of people in my program are so, like, focused on getting 100% on everything. Yeah. And, like, I've moved so far away from that. Like, even in undergrad, like, I have, like, an academic, like, pact with myself that I will never let academics control my mental health. I will never sacrifice my mental health for a grade. And I will never sacrifice the person I am for a grade either. That being said, I still get pretty good grades.
Yeah.
But I'm like, some of these people are just like so like grind, like academic validation people that are like, if I don't get 100%, I'm worth nothing. And sometimes being around that can make me feel like I'm a slacker.
But if they're so focused on 100% all the time, where are they 0%? In their life?
Somewhere else.
Yeah, like where
it's
are they
talking to people.
Everywhere?
It's talking to people. It's learning more about where you are and what you're doing, and like learning. Like it always sticks in my brain because that girl that I told you, she's 30. The girl that I told you quit like an accounting job to come here. She, in the beginning of like when we first were meeting and we went to this one talk about like seminars, and like at seminars you learn more about chiropractic and like how to perform adjustments. And she said, she was like, I'm willing to take a couple B's and C's if it means I'm experiencing and like learning how to do this and how to do this thing that I want to do for the rest of my life. Like, I'm willing to take a couple pitfalls in order to better learn this other thing that I'm actually going to be doing. Because we're not going to have exams in the real world. In the real world, it's not going to be like, which one is the knob on this bone, A, B, C, or D, and you don't get to do that. It's like more complex than that. So it's like, if you're really good, I always said like, or I always say to my friends, I'm always like, being really good at school is a great skill that's going to help you get through this program, but it's not the skill I'm here to learn.
Yeah.
I'm not, and it's not a flex that I'm here to do. I'm not here to get really good at school. I'm here to be a really good chiropractor.
Yeah.
And school can help me with that, but school can't make me a really good chiropractor. I have to make me a really good chiropractor.
Yeah.
So I have to figure out what that means for me. And for me, it's not like trying to get 100% on every friggin' thing ever. It's not. It just isn't.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good thing. You have to do in life what you think will make you a better person. Like a more well-rounded person for whatever you want.
Whatever you want to do.
Accomplish. Like, I guess that even makes sense for, like, me with why I'm so obsessed with traveling. Like, I think it's humbled me a lot, and I think I can tell you how to literally get around different countries.
Traveling is like, so formative because you are in...
Takes you out of your little bubble that you're in.
You're out of a bubble. You're out of your comfort zone. You see something else. You see that there's so much more to the world. And it's how I feel about the school thing. I'm like, there's so much more to the world.
Yeah.
And there's so much more to, even if I'm not talking about the world, there's so much more to this profession than getting an A on this exam.
Right.
Like, there's so much more to that.
Yeah.
So if I don't get one, I might be disappointed because I wanted one.
Right.
But it's not going to ruin my day or my life.
Right.
It's not even going to ruin my week. Like, it's not going to even ruin the hour, to be honest. Like, I'm getting a coffee and I'm moving on.
Right.
Because I got to study for the next thing. But I think it took me, like, maybe until now to feel comfortable with that again. Because I walked in here with that attitude. And then it kind of was hard to keep it. Because you're around all these people that, like, care so much. And, like, asking each other what they got and stuff. You're just, like, feeling like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
But it was good for me because it helped me, like, look at myself in the mirror and be like, you know your values. So don't waver it for everyone else. Just because everyone else is acting a certain way doesn't mean you have to feel that way. Right. And I think this was like, I saw this today and that felt like so affirmative to me to be like, my competitive edge is not my 100%. It's that I'm having fucking fun doing it. It's that I love what I'm doing every single day and I'm so grateful to fucking be here. And I'm not showing that through 100%. I'm showing that through meeting cool people in this profession, having experiences that other people aren't having, and trying to be better and like learn how to do what I actually want to do and not just how to be really good at taking a test.
Right.
Because anybody can do that. Honestly, anybody can. I fully know that if I sat down and like really sacrificed so many other things, like making myself food, hanging out with people I love, doing things I love, then I could get 100% on a lot of these things.
Right.
But I don't want to.
Right.
And I don't want to.
Could.
And I'm not going to feel bad for it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to feel bad for it anymore. And it doesn't mean that I don't care. Like, that's what I loved about that, too. It was like, and it's not because I don't care. It's just because I care so much that I refuse to make this thing that I love miserable.
Right.
I don't want to look at this time and be like, yeah, I was just in my room. I was just in my room. And I was just sitting in my room and studying.
Right, because anyone can get a 100, but
I know, like, not everybody can. You can't get back that time with people
and have experiences and meet people
and hear
their stories and
exactly. I want to leave here and be able to come back and like reunite with people I went to school with and be like, oh, do you remember when we did this and do you remember when we did that? Instead of just look around and be like, yeah, I got a 4.0 when I was here. Like, the A is not going to keep you warm at night, I'm telling you. I've gotten many A's. They don't keep me warm. I actually forget about them pretty quickly.
Right.
It's like a quick dopamine hit of like,
that's
yes!
it. Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, well.
Yeah.
it's like I'm moving on.
For the next 100.
Like, like you just move on. It's like eventually that's just tiring. So that was like I needed that. So I wanted to share that.
No, that was
you guys, because no matter what you do, like make sure you're just having fun. That's always what I say. Like just don't take it too serious. You have to take things serious to an extent, but we are just all just living life.
Yeah, like what are we doing?
Like if you're miserable all the time, there's gonna be points in time where it's not fun. There's so many times where it's not fun. But if you're consistently, like chronically not having any fun, you're doing something wrong. Like that's also one of my own like pacts with myself is like, you need to be enjoying yourself. Like it's just silly and fun. Like it doesn't, not everything has to be so like, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna have I want to be the best and I want to like it doesn't have to be like that. So like be silly and have fun and connect to your little goofy self because everybody's got that side, but it just gets like washed away, I feel like. So that's my TED Talk on why academic validation is toxic.
For real. Definitely.
It's so fucking funny to me. I was like, I don't have academic validation, I have dental validation. Like, I love when, like, the dentist was like, your teeth are looking good, and I'm like, yes. Like, I get that.
It's the important thing.
Yeah, you have to pick.
Health and
hygienic. But that's all I had to say about that. I think this ended up being longer than I...
Oh, well, it always ends up being longer.
Though. This one was really
This was a juicy one.
This one needed to be
flowed,
said.
Do we have anything else to add to that?
I think that's all I have to say. I don't know if you have anything else or any final thoughts.
Basically have fun, live life, do what you want to do.
Like,
you're not behind.
Yeah.
You're also not ahead.
Yeah. You're not behind and you're also not ahead. Hey. You may not be ahead, but you're definitely not behind. Yeah. So it's have fun.
Yep, have fun. That's a key takeaway.
Yeah.
And all right.
So we'll see you on the next one, guys.